On the way here, I ate a tangerine. Jonathan, you sit like this, I can see Baruch Avram also. And now I said Sha'akol on the chai. Can I say Borei Nefashot to exempt, to fulfill the mitzvah or bracha harona of the tangerine, the fruit that I had, even though I'm going to continue drinking the chai, or after I'm going to say Borei Nefashot, I'm finished the chai. That's it. The shakol of the chai is also will be over. What do you say?
Yes, you're allowed to say
Huh?
Kavanah.
I have in mind to continue drinking. Can I say Borei Nefashot on the fruits that I had earlier?
Now?
Now, after I said shakol on the chai? Or by me saying Borei Nefashot, I cut off the shakol of the chai also. It's like bracha harona. What we learned?
You're drinking sip, so it's not really. There's no Borei Nefashot on this anymore.
Oh, that's one good point. That there is no Borei Nefashot on the shakol. That's one good point. But what if it is, let's say, water?
On tea.
Yeah, on water. And on a tea, yeah.
Yeah, water if you...
Yeah, what if it would be water?
זה עכשיו השאלה, אם זה water or tea?
Water or drink, orange juice. What will be the halakha then? So Rav Yosef says, remember this halakha is very practical, that a person can say Borei Nefashot, knowing he's going to continue drinking or eating something else. On that something else, he doesn't need to say Borei Nefashot. Sorry, bracha rishona again.
Or what about bracha after you finish?
If you drink again 3 ounces of it, or you ate another ounce of food, kazait, then you'll say again Borei Nefashot. But the bracha rishona, the before bracha, does not get interrupted because it says bracha harona on whatever I ate already. Got it?
So that hoes continues.
I'll give you another example. Shabbat, a person sitting down and he's eating fruits. Shabbat table. After they finish Birkat Hamazon, he had dessert table. He ate fruits. As he ate fruits, on the way, he wants to take with him semichki, sunflower seeds, garinim, keneged kulam, and on the way, make a trip to the synagogue, to the shiur. On the way, he wants to eat the semichki, the sunflower seeds, and they are borei pri adama. So he said, Rabbi, after sunflower seeds, do we say borei nefashot or no?
אין שיעור.
After sunflower seeds, can you say borei nefashot or no?
אין שיעור.
So you need to eat so much of them in 7 minutes. By the time you're cracking each one and cracking each one, you're not gonna make it within 7 minutes. Within 7 minutes, you gotta eat 30 grams of it, of the seed, not of the shell, which is a lot. Yeah, you need to maybe, I don't know, maybe 70, 80 seeds to be this, because it's very small. And by the time you're gonna crack this amount of it, it's not gonna make it. So now a person says, Rabbi, I want to say Borei Nefashot for the fruits I had at home on Shabbat. But I don't want to say again now, do I need to say again Borei Pri Adama or no? On the sunflower seeds. Because I already said Borei Nefashot. I cut off the Borei Pri Adama that I had at home. That's halakha. I can say Borei Nefashot. Have in mind that the Borei Pri Adama that I said on the sunflower seeds will not be interrupted.
But he didn't have in mind he's going to walk.
That's a good point. Let's say he wouldn't walk. Let's say that's a good point you're saying about walking or not, which is also debatable. Bottom line, we're asking if you take the food from the room you were by, walking with you, it's as he had intended to walk with you. It's machloket, but I'm just telling you the bottom line. A person ate in one place and then he takes that cup or that food with him to another place. Bottom line, it doesn't say new bracha, even though he changed the places. That's the bottom line. Everything I say is debatable. Laws of brachot are the most debatable laws. Machlokot, a lot of machlokets there. But the law is, anytime you have machloket in the laws of brachot, safek, brachot, okay, you go lenient. That's the bottom line. Got it? So a person said, Borei Nefashot on the fruits he ate, banana he ate, watermelon he ate, whatever it is. He said, Borei Nefashot, he will be continuing his sunflower seeds without saying again Borei Pri Adama. Got it? Now, what if later on he obligated himself in something that it is bracha harona? Should he say again Borei Nefashot or no? Yeah. The only bracha rishona was not interrupted, but bracha harona has nothing to do with whatever you ate earlier. It's not going to cover retroactively what you're going to eat later. Got it? So bottom line, a person ate banana, watermelon, He said Borei Pri Adama. He ate sunflower seeds. Then he said, listen, what time will pass? This sunflower seeds is addicting. I can eat 2 hours this sunflower seeds. The time of the watermelon, it's gonna pass. How much time you have, Yaakov?
30 minutes.
Huh?
No, until you
Very good, Yaakov. You remember well. Until
you're full.
you will be hungry again from
Hungry
this
again.
watermelon, from whatever you ate. It's already considered digested. Remember, we learned it last time. So let's say, hour. Yeah. Person soon, sunflower seeds is addicting. It's very dragging at a time. A person can sit in 2-3 hours and he's talking divrei Torah and other things. And already the watermelon got digested, the oranges got digested, everything got digested already. So he's afraid that from this not to happen. Says Ravad, you said Borei Nefashot. I'm going to continue seeing flowers. I didn't finish.
Right.
No problem. Continue.
Like,
The Borei Nefashot will not interrupt the Borei Pri Adama on the sunflower seeds. Got it? Now, what if later on he enjoyed? He said, I'm so thirsty from this sunflower seed. Let me eat another watermelon. He ate another watermelon. Should he say Borei Nefashot now or no?
Should he say Baracha Rishona again on watermelon?
No, because his intention was that my Borei Nefashot on the previous eating should not interrupt the Borei Pri Adama first bracha. Okay, you finished the watermelon now. Should you say Borei Nefashot now on that second portion of the watermelon? Your second time you're eating? Borei Pri Adama you didn't say because you said my Borei Nefashot never interrupted it. Okay? And what about Borei Nefashot after the finishing the watermelon?
Say again.
You have to say again.
But say you have in mind that you finish the watermelon.
That's it. I don't want anymore.
Right, at that moment.
Okay?
You say that Borei Nefashot Rabot.
Yeah.
And then after same again you want it. So you say Baracha Rishona again?
Yeah. Because your intention was I don't want it anymore. So I'm full. I don't want it anymore. Yeah. Baruch Abraham, what's your question?
If you're snacking,
Yeah.
right? You're snacking, and you also have your water.
It's a very good example.
Finished your snacking.
Good. You said Borei Nefashot.
You said Borei Nefashot, but you want to continue drinking your water. You don't have to say it broth because you don't have in mind the Borei Nefashot for the water.
Exactly. You don't want the Borei Nefashot to interrupt the shakol of the water that you said earlier. If you never said shakol, you have to say shakol.
No.
Yeah.
So
If you never said shakol
so
before,
there's such a concept.
yeah, that Borei
You
Nefashot.
can do the Borei Nefashot for something that you're not going to have anymore, but still keep going with what you have. You're going to have.
Exactly.
Even if it's not water, it could be something else.
Yeah.
Like you said, sandwich.
Whatever. Yeah.
And it could be even in the same broth.
Yeah. That's the chiddush. And this Adama also, and the Borei Nefashot got in between, and he still not interrupted the Borei Pri Adama.
What if you're eating chai and meat? You finish meat, you say one shakol.
One shakol on the meat.
Meat and water. One shakol.
Yeah.
Then you finish with the meat and you want to continue water.
Right.
So you stay Borei Nefashot on the meat.
Yeah.
And continue water with
And
the
continue the water.
If you want to eat meat again, you say shakol.
Should you say shakol again on that water or no?
No, on the
No.
meat. And then if you did
What if at the end I drink 3 ounces? I was thirsty. I drink these 3 ounces. Do I need to say again Borei Nefashot on that water or no? Yes. But I already said Borei Nefashot. This Borei Nefashot you said on the meat.
by the bracha.
The shakol on the water? No.
No, you just said Borei Nefashot on the watermelon.
Watermelon. Okay.
Dinya came. Друг Диня подали.
You okay? Yes. Adama.
Again you have to say.
Yeah. Adama. Yeah.
No, Rabbi, I thought the steak and the water. Because he's done with steak, but he gets hungry again. But he's still drinking the water.
Say again. Say again.
He's done with the steak.
He down with the steak. Yeah.
And he's still drinking water. So he doesn't say another shakol on the water. He wants another bite of steak, whatever, afterwards. Does he have to say shakol on the steak?
So that depends on him. When he said Borei Nefashot on the steak, what was his intention? I'm finished with steak. Sure, I don't want any more steak.
Yeah.
But then Babulia said, "Oh, he didn't try this steak." Oh.
Another shakol on that?
When you said Borei Nefashot, your intention was just to continue drinking chai. It was not the intention to eating another steak right now. So your intention was, I'm done with eating. I'm done with steak. When you're said bracha acharona and your intention was, I'm done, it's done. Got it? When you said bracha acharona and your intention was, I'm not done with this specific thing, the bracha rishona still continues. In this example, Sha'akol still continues. Got it? This very practical situations. Rabotai, person says brachot left and right, and he doesn't know. He's bracha lebatala, or sometimes he's eating without bracha. Everything is kasha malasha. So a person have to learn these laws. Sometimes I purposely propose to you the situation I am at, so because those situations are very practical in your days also. So now you have to say borei nefashot for the fruit, without interrupting the shakol we said on the chai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei nefashot rabot v'chesronan al kol ma shebarata להחיות בהם נפש כל חי, ברוך חי העולמים.
Amen.
What did you say?
Huh?
Hachayot.
להחיות. There's many times people swallow.
What did you say?
For what?
I ate fruit earlier. Okay? Ari John, your chai is in a
On the way.
territory of the Mexican border, you know? They deport everything right now from there.
I just had a whole talk with my workers.
Wait.
Which one of you are like Victor? I mean, seriously. Sure, any minute was more
My wife told me they only take the criminals now. Then they're gonna dig with the other ones. There's a lot of criminals in the country. Okay, next. Okay, so in the morning we spoke about the laws of chopping, grinding, tohen, remember? And we said, amen, and we said that chopping is allowed to be done on Shabbat. Yeah, it's allowed to be done on Shabbat, even if a person does it on a cutting board with a specific professional knife, chach, 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 no problem. The knife, you know, the one that it's on circle like this, half, that goes very, very quick, very chef knife, very professional knife. Nevertheless, it's allowed. But under one condition, that whatever you chopped, you're gonna eat
Now.
right here, right now. Got it? Very good. Now, later on we said that only true for this limitation of you chopped now and you have to eat now. That's only true for something that gidule karka. What is gidule karka? Something that grows from the ground. Tomato, cucumber, or onions, this type of things.
So meat is no good.
But what about meat? If I want to cut the meat to small, very small pieces,
No problem.
and I will not eat it right now,
No problem.
can we do that on Shabbat or no?
Yes.
What about grinding? You took a big piece of meat and you made small pieces of meat.
Not from ground. It's not from ground.
Why there is no grinding issue?
No ground. It's not from ground.
Because meat doesn't grow from the ground. Remember that? Same thing applies for fish. Ah, Hagai John. Come, John. What about fish? A person cleaned
Same thing.
the bones for his
No, bullshit.
for his child to eat from the fish. What about borer? Hari John, can you separate the bones from the fish on Shabbat, or it's borer? You separate the bad out of the good. What about borer?
You're allowed, but you have to eat right away.
Very good. So I gave it to my child right away. Unfortunately, the child only ate a little bit.
Alright.
He was supposed to eat everything. I didn't separate him a whole big fish. I made a small piece. He didn't eat also that small piece. Now the rest of the fish that is already clean from the bones, it's already all messed up. I don't want to keep it the way it is. I want to take it and break it and put it into the salad, into the Caesar salad with the fish at the touch. But that salad is only going to be eaten with that fish that I just broke into it tomorrow morning. So I broke it down on Friday night, and I'm going to eat it, or people are going to eat it, Shabbat morning. What about grinding loaf? You took a fish that has no bones already, the leftover of your child, and you decided to break it into the salad.
Grinding is no problem. Where is
Why there is no boreo is already done? How do you trick? Hey, say.
It's not
So,
from the ground.
Would that help you or no? Baruch Avraham John says, break it, the fish, Hagai John, and throw inside the salad, eat one, that's it.
It's not
Gonna
going
help
from
you
the
or no?
ground, Rabbi.
אתה מכין כמות גדולה לשעה מאוחרת, אסור, זה
Very good. If you know you're not gonna eat this entire thing that you are grinding right now, you're not allowed to grind more than you know you're gonna eat. Yeah?
But fish
Like
you
borer.
allow. Fish you allow.
But why fish it's allowed?
Not from the ground.
Not from the ground. Got it? Hagai Famidim? These situations could be very practical, these things.
So right away you have to realize.
I'll give you another example.
Last night he told us a guy with the tongue.
That's Borer. Don't forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to another example. A person has today, Rabotai, we have very easy life. We have today Solomon locks. And Friday night, Babulia takes the Solomon locks, cuts it very small pieces, dicing it. Tomorrow morning, it's Lilu Nishmat Bovo. You're going to take it with you, Gatovi. You're going to bring it to synagogue. People are going to say, Shakol. Don't forget, Ribi Hai Ben Mafrat. Hi, Jonah, no problem. Babulia, do it in the morning. No, you're waking up too early. Yani Magut Takran Vstavat. I want to cut it now. You take it, I prepare it for you in the bag. Tomorrow morning you wake up at Netz Minyan. Take it with you, Lilu Nishmat Bovo. So все сказали Lilu Nishmat, смотри.
What should I? Should just cut the meat?
She cut the fish, locks, chop small pieces.
Okay, no problem.
She put spices, whatever,
Doesn't
different
grow from
things.
the ground.
Lilu Nishmat Bovo.
She made sandwiches or just
No. She take a plate, tray, container. She slice it very, very small with a knife, with a cutting board. Friday night. Preparing you in the bag. Tomorrow morning you're going to take it to the synagogue. Lilu Nishmat Bovo. Kasher or no? Babulia sliced it on Friday night. She's going to eat it to people 12, 13 hours later in the Shabbat morning.
Grounding is kasher for.
What about tohen, grinding? Why there's no grinding?
Not from ground.
Because not from the ground.
What's the difference?
But for
She
Borer
did
is could be
Hold on, you're both talking at the same time. He's older than you. Yeah?
for Borer is gonna be issue.
Borer. Oh, if there's borer. But what example I gave is lax. Lax is no borer in it. So borer there's no problem because there's no bones in it. The only question was maybe tohen. I take a big piece, I make it small pieces, and I don't eat it immediately.
Because it's not from the ground.
Very good. Now you're Davey. What's your question?
And what would be the difference if she did it in the morning? It's more than 30 minutes is going to lapse.
That's a good point. Yeah. No, when I said the morning means to say close to the time of serving. Yeah. But it will be a good point. If Babuja wake up, okay, for Bovo, I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning for you. And she's going to prepare at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to serve it on the table after Netz Minyan 8:30 in the morning. It's 3.5 hours on that part. That will be a problem. Because not immediately.
But problem not.
But why is that allowed in our specific case? Because it's fish. But let's say Babuja will cut for you salad. Can salad be done?
That's a problem.
She wants to slice for you salad.
You have to eat right away.
Allowed or no?
any slicing
Eat right
tochen?
away.
The salad she wants to do for you.
Salad, no.
Right away, yes.
Israeli salad.
Yeah, Israeli salad.
If you eat
Allowed or no?
Right before eating,
Altar.
allowed.
The altar has to be chopped and eat right away.
Right away.
If it's not going to be eaten right away, Mechalel Shabbat. Tohen.
Slicing any size or
Very good. What we said slicing means, what size?
As long as you cannot swallow it.
Smaller than the size of swallowing.
If the goy does it, it's not a problem.
Problem. If you told the guy do it this way, it's a problem. If the guy decide on his own, I don't have time for it later. I rather do. I'd rather do it now. Now I'm free or whatever. Schedule fits. Now it's easier for me. Anytime the guy does things that it's easier for him because he wanted it that way, that's up to him. Like we learned that you're not allowed to tell the guy turn on the electrical machine to wash the dishes, the dishwasher.
Thank you.
You have tons of dishes in the house. You tell guy turn on the electrical dishwasher and wash the dishes. Not allowed to because the disher is the oraita. The dishwasher is the oraita because it gets hot. There's heating elements inside there. That's the oraita. You cannot tell the guy to do it. But what if you tell the guy, go, you wash the dishes? He could have washed it by hand with the cold water. He chose for his comfort to do it with the dishwasher. Am I obligated to stop him? No, that's his choice. Same thing is the chopping of the salad. The guy knows, oh, I have to serve Netz Minyan 8:30. I told the guy, next week we're gonna have, I told him the equation. When is sunrise, add 1 hour. That's whenever we're ready to eat. Because last week we waited for a few minutes, 5-10 minutes, we waited until he came. That's the next time. When sunrise is, you check, okay? Maybe one day you're gonna print it with us nets also. 1 hour after that, we're gonna sit down and eat. Beseder, he told me. Now let's say he come, Aruch Avraham, 6 o'clock in the morning. I need to serve the food 8 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that's nice.
2 hours away from the chopping. Is this my problem? No. You say later I'll be busy. I have to do this catering. I have to do this thing. I rather finish the next minyan's catering in the morning 6 a.m. Who does it do it at 6 a.m.? For me or for his comfort?
He's coming.
For his comfort. I'm not limited to decide for him his comfort. Got it? Very good.
But if it chops in a size that you cannot swallow, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's not considered to be chopping by halakha. Chopping is whenever it is smaller,
You can swallow.
so small I can without
But
chewing.
also, if you can eat it without chopping, then that's also fine. Like, so tomato is different.
No, we said that there is opinions that says the laws of Tohen will not apply to them, but since it's debatable,
So putting a wheat inside the grinder, so we said back then that was fine, because
no, not fine. There's a machlok. Is it deoraita asur or derabbanan
so
asur?
wheat was the oraita, because you couldn't eat you can't eat the wheat like that.
True, but you didn't crush it. I put it on the rock. Will go over on it soon.
We're talking about timer.
It's like a grama.
We're talking about timer.
Grandma is Rabbana also. That's
Right.
what,
That's maybe
Rabbanan
why
of
it's the rabbanan.
oraita.
Others say no. If you know that the rock is coming, it's like you putting it right now in the
So
chopper,
it's
and therefore it's deoraita.
a grandma on a oraita.
Right. Either gam on deoraita or either an active action of grinding right now.
So then
Even though in reality didn't happen right now. The fact that you see that rock is spinning and it's right now, it's gonna come soon, it's considered be as you did it now. Even though really in reality it was
it's not
5
grandma,
seconds
so it's
apart.
not grandma anymore.
That's the debate. Do we look at the time of crushing or do we look at the overall? You put it and it got crushed
So
because
it's
of
a
you.
safek if it's grandma, which is Rabbana, or
Well,
actually the oraita.
very good. But nobody allowed it.
Because it's safek the oraita, then it's oraita.
Very good. Got it? Very good. Okay, back to us. Now we are on 267 already. Psh, bli ayin hara, tfu, tfu, tfu.
Basar is the same thing. The meat is also not from the ground.
Nachon? You are correct, yeah.
So it's not anything to do with the meat also.
Nachon?
And what we spoke about the morning, the raw meat you can eat also. So
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look into it. I didn't get a chance. There's a lot of cases we have to handle in Bedin. It's not a joke over there.
Bedin?
Yeah, dar disartama, like that. There's so many questions. A lot of questions, believe me. Case after case. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday is another case. Another 2 cases.
Divorce.
No divorce, Baruch Hashem. Monetary. But there's the Bedin very, very busy. There are seasons.
Rabbi, one thing I don't understand. You still cannot enforce for somebody to pay the money. The Bedin
That's
cannot
not true. That's not true. Once he signed arbitration, that's Vidanya Vasya. This is bound by law, by New York law.
Right.
The
Bedin
guy
can-
signed it.
Bedin
It's
can
under
sell.
our jurisdiction.
Before they start, they have to sign that we accept whatever you have.
If you don't sign, we cannot start.
If you take him to a regular court afterwards, then you can take the money out.
You take that arbitration
Right.
notice, you go to file it in court, and that's Vidanya Vasya.
But the Bedin cannot enforce that money.
They will.
How?
They have the arbitration.
They give it arbitration.
No, I know.
They can make you file themselves. What's the difference?
Bedin itself cannot just come. Okay, you owe the money.
You give it to
No,
Marshall.
no. You give them. You say you owe the money. That's it. The guy is Yireh Shamayim. He's gonna pay. If he's not Yireh Shamayim, wants to go the hard way, he's gonna go the hard way. He's gonna pay then. He's just gonna pay more to the court, to the marshal, to whoever needs to get paid on the way.
Through the court.
At the end, you're gonna pay. Chodsh li chodsh, you're gonna pay. In English, they say pacharosh Nippon, you papahom zaploch.
Last question about the tomatoes in the grinder. So we said that's allowed because it's safek safeka. Because maybe the grinder is the Rabbanan because it's electric grinder. If you put it over there and then it just grinds by itself.
Yeah.
So it was only allowed because it's
But that's if you set up the grinder before Shabbat.
before the
The
timer.
Amir John.
So we said because the grinder, even though it's grinding, but the grinding is the Rabbanan.
To the tomato, because it's edible the way it is. According to some opinions, again, remember, it's all according to some opinions.
So tomato is okay, but wheat is not okay because wheat doesn't have to.
The grinder of the electrical timer is not comparable to the stone. Why? Because
That's all
the
right.
stone, you see it's happening.
You're actively doing it. You have
Not actively doing it. You see it's happening. Over here, right now, it's dead. The timer is off, it's dead. It's not in motion of coming.
So that's one suffix of Rabbanan. Because maybe that's Rabbanan.
The grinder,
Because
the
that's
timer.
timer. And then the second one because you can eat tomato now. So that's why
Right.
suffix suffix.
Right.
That's what tomato is allowed. But then if
Right.
you put beets over there,
Right.
you cannot, because beets you cannot, and so you already want suffix is
Very
so
good,
only. But even then it's allowed because it's the Rabbanan, because the machine is off.
Yeah.
If you put the beets over there,
That's what some say, nachon?
so that's okay because now that's Rabbanan.
The tomato, bottom line, we allowed it.
Tomato, but if you put the beets over there, the
Beets you have to
electric
think about. I don't want to say the beets right now. Okay, now we are number 267 too. Does other labors apply to things that are not growing from the ground? What about other labors? A person has the laws of borer, laws of lash, laws of tofer, other melachot. They apply to things that does not grow from the ground? So says Avadia, Chavod Ari John, you read. You read, you with us. There's nothing behind the Mexican border here? Even.
Even though some say that the other melachot labels apply even to things not
Gidule karka.
karka items grow from the ground, some also say borer.
Some also say borer. So, because some say it's borer, applies to things that does not grow from the ground, it's debatable on which level, Doraita or the Rabbanan. Borer is Doraita or the Rabbanan?
the right.
Doraita. So the debate is on Torah level. Safek deoraita lechumra. If you have a doubt on Torah level, you have to go
Only for
straight.
borer.
For borer, no, he says others. Even though some say, so I didn't want to give you all the names over here.
What do you say bottom
Rashba, Ritva, Tosafot. It's not going to change the law for you.
What do you say bottom line?
So now the fish is problem now?
As far as borer.
No, for Tochena.
Oh, let's see. But says Rabbi number 3. Read number 3. Ari.
Does the prohibition of grinding apply to items that can be consumed without grinding, such as meat, which can be eaten without
The need of grinding. I can eat meat, big pieces. I don't need to grind it. Meat that it's cooked. I can eat it the way it is. I don't have to make it very small pieces for me. They're smaller than the size I can swallow without chewing. I don't need that. It's eaten the way it is. So says Avadi, but the prohibition of grinding does not apply to items that can be consumed without grinding, such as meat, which can be eaten without the need of grinding it. Therefore, it is allowed to chop cooked meat with a knife. So we have another reason why you're allowed to chop the meat Friday night and serve it on Shabbat morning. It's not immediately. You chopped on Friday night and you served it much later. Why is it allowed? For 2 reasons. One reason is because of laws of Tohen only applies to things that grow from the ground. Meat does not grow from the ground. And second reason, says Avadia, if you remember, we had 2 categories in the laws of Tohen. Tomato and the alike, and the beets and the alike, which means edible the way it is, tomato, meat, could be eaten the way it is. I don't have to chop it very small to make it edible. The second category is beets. Something that it's not edible the way it is. Kartoshka. I don't know who's going to eat kartoshka raw, but yeah. So, black pepper, Ravadia brings also that it's on that list of beets. Black pepper.
Yeah, because you don't eat like this.
Most of the world doesn't eat it the way it is. Some people eat it, but we don't go by some, we go what majority of the world does. Black pepper, most people grind. They don't have it raw. So that also goes under this category according to halakha. Yeah? So now, says Ravadia, for the meat, cooked meat, you have a second reason why the laws of Tochen doesn't apply. Because it is edible the way it is. So if it's edible the way it is, the laws of Tochen doesn't apply to that according to those opinions. So we have right now double reason to allow grinding meat at one point on Shabbat and serve it much later point. There is no problem. You don't have to do it for le'altar, for immediate purpose. Very good?
It only applies to the meat?
But why do you even bring meat as an example, Robert? We said meat doesn't grow from the ground. Why do you bring meat as an example?
Remember, everything in halakha, it's machloket. You're not going to win by one reason. Because your one reason, I'll bring you somebody else disagrees with that reason. What are you going to do? So, safek doraita lechuma. All it takes to be strict on Torah, let me finish. All it takes to be strict in Torah, it's a doubt. How do you ruin somebody's name? Do you need to bring a proof to whatever you ruined his name? Huh?
No.
No.
Facebook, Labam.
In court, you'll need to bring a proof.
Yeah.
But in people's eyes, that's it. Doubt. This person is a womanizer. What?
Bad review.
Yeah, sure. Womanizer. I'm guftet, I'm womanizer today. No proof. Nothing. People already talking, Rabbi, there is no smoke without fire. There is no fire without smoke. How do you call it? The other way? I don't remember this statements.
Нету дыма без огня.
No, different type of shtuyot people make up. This the biggest, the worst statements. One guy told me in Bukhari they have a statement that the tree doesn't move without wind. Shatakois. I don't remember. They have a statement like this. I said, darach be'avon emeh, something like that. Different type of shtuyot. Why people talk about that person, this and this? Beshamol, yeah. Something must be cooking. Why? Do you have a proof for whatever you just said? No. Don't you learn the Torah says judge everybody favorably? ואהבת לרעך כמוך, בצדק תשפוט עמיתך. Do you don't know those laws? When it comes to ruin somebody else's reputation, name it, just a doubt. So similarly, it's in the Torah. You said, Rabbi, the laws of grinding doesn't apply to something that doesn't grow from the ground. Okay? Well, if I bring you an opinion that says, no, you are wrong here it says it does, that's it, you're stuck. All what you build, down the drain. Safek dorat elechumra. That's the power of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. In 99% of the cases, he will be right. Why? Because he never relying his ruling based on one reason. It doesn't say what? Here it says allowed. That's it. No, what about this? What about that? How you going to say? How you going to say that? So he's handling all angles you're going to come up with. I answered all of them. That's the beauty of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, that even Ashkenazim reading his books today. Do you know that or not? Huh? Ashkenazi people, for them the most important was until today Gemara. Suddenly, they much more into the halakha. And which halakha they read? Yabiya Omer. Unbelievable. How he bringing it, how he's knocking it from here, bringing proof from there. Like, they all stay with the jaw dropped.
Они его по-другому называют?
Rabbi Ovadia. Rabbi Ovadia. Huh? Many references that he brings, he had access to books. Unbelievable. Not only he had access to books, you conclude. This a book holds like this. In order for you to say that, you need to know the entire book. Because maybe in the 2-3 pages he said something, and later on he brought this proof to that. How did you say the conclusion of this book was like this? So for you to say conclusion about one opinion, one book, you got to know all of his books. And sometimes he writes, in volume 2 he said like this, but later in volume 10 he retracted his opinion because of this and this. How did you see what's in volume 2 and it's number volume 10? If that's one rabbi, some tshuvot, he has 500 rabbis he brings in one tshuva. 500 rabbis. You know what I'm talking about? About the solar in Israel, before him, everybody said not allowed to use the solar water system. Do shemesh on Shabbat, many rabbis didn't allow it. To turn on the hot water, the solar system based.
You can even cook with the solar.
Many rabbis didn't allow it in Israel. Rabbi Ovadia Yosef sat down and he wrote a tshuva. It's the longest tshuva in Yabiya Omer. Over 500 rabbis. You know what 500 rabbis? 500 books. You had to know the entire book. Not only entire book, the entire volumes of books. Maybe one book, one rabbi has 12 books. So you're saying, oh, I saw he said in volume 3 something, maybe in volume 11 he retracted. How do you know? You know what to bring to the table 500 rabbis? How much you had to sit and learn Torah, not be Rabbi, Rabbi. How am I going to learn if I'm going to come to your yeshvo? I'm going to go to his bar mitzvah, to your brit. How? That's a person have to appreciate Torah. Unfortunately, many times the people say, "Hey, Rabbi, everything is business, everything is like." Why? Because they don't let the rabbi learn. But the rabbi's job is always to learn Torah. It's very important. Then we as the community have to appreciate that whenever they are learning Torah. And not be upset when they didn't come to my yeshvo or they didn't go to Yosef Baburia's birthday party. Okay, we've left off on page 268. Beli neder. We'll continue tomorrow. Right now we're going to go to the parasha.